Have you ever tried helping someone, only to feel completely drained, misunderstood, or even used? We've all been there. Trying to fix people who don't want to be fixed. Trying to heal those who secretly love their pain. Alan Watts, one of the greatest philosophers of the 20th century, warned us about this. He said there are 4 kinds of people you must never try to help, no matter how kind or spiritual you are, because helping them doesn't heal them, it only destroys you. Let's talk about who they are and why letting go of them is not cruelty, it's wisdom. 1. The one who doesn't want to change. This is the person who complains about everything. Their job, their relationships, their life. But when you offer advice, they reject it. They say they want change, but their actions scream comfort in misery. Alan Watts reminds us, you can't wake up someone who's pretending to sleep. Trying to help this person is like pouring water into a closed bottle. It overflows, it spills, but nothing goes inside. So stop wasting your energy. Let them experience their own awakening in their own time. 2. The one who drains your energy. Have you ever met someone who always has a problem? Every single day, and every time, you become the emotional firefighter, fixing, comforting, and carrying their burden. These people don't want solutions, they want attention. Alan Watts would say, you are not obligated to keep filling a cup that refuses to stay full. The more you give, the more they take. You can love them, but from a distance. Protect your peace, because constant rescuing destroys your inner balance. 3. The one who blames everyone else. This type always has a villain in their story. Their boss, their parents, their ex, their luck, but never themselves. They wear victimhood like armor. If you try to guide them, they'll twist your words, argue, and drag you into their drama. Alan Watts believed that true growth begins the moment we take responsibility for our life. So if someone refuses to do that, your help will be wasted. Don't join their blame game. Step back and let life teach them what words cannot. 4. The one who uses you in the name of help. This is the most dangerous kind. The manipulator. They'll disguise need as friendship, pity as love, and dependency as loyalty. They'll make you feel guilty for saying no. But Alan Watts warned, you cannot pour from an empty cup. If someone is taking your kindness as weakness, it's not helping, it's enabling. Real compassion sometimes means walking away and saying, I love you, but I will not destroy myself for you. You can't heal people who refuse to take responsibility for their own pain. No matter how much love you give, how much advice you offer, or how deeply you care, you can never save someone who isn't ready to face their own wounds. Healing is not something that can be done for someone. It can only happen within them. You can hold their hand, but you cannot walk their path. You can point them toward the light, but they must choose to step out of the darkness themselves. Many of us fall into the trap of becoming emotional healers for people who have no desire to heal. We see their pain, their sadness, their broken patterns, and we feel this deep pull to help them. We believe that if we love them enough, if we're patient enough, they'll finally change. But this belief only leads to disappointment, because healing doesn't happen through someone else's effort. It happens through self-awareness and acceptance. If a person keeps running from their pain, denying their mistakes, and blaming others for their situation, they're not ready to heal. They're still hiding behind their comfort zone of excuses. Taking responsibility for one's pain means having the courage to say, yes, I am hurting, and yes, part of this pain is mine to understand and work through. It means facing the truth without fear or ego. But some people are terrified of that truth. They prefer to stay in denial because it feels safer. They build walls of blame and self-pity to avoid accountability. And when you try to help them, they resist, not because they don't understand you, but because your words threaten their illusion of comfort. It's like trying to wake up someone who's pretending to sleep. No matter how loudly you call their name, they won't move, because deep down, they've already decided not to wake up. This is why helping such people often leaves you emotionally exhausted. You give them your energy, your time, your hope, but they keep cycling back to the same problems. You start feeling like you're carrying their pain along with your own, and over time, it begins to break you. True healing requires ownership. It's a process of looking inward, questioning your own patterns, and choosing growth over comfort. When someone refuses to take responsibility for their pain, they're choosing to stay stuck in the same suffering. And no matter how much you care, you can't rewrite their story for them. Alan Watts once said that trying to change someone against their will is like trying to make a river flow backward. It's not only impossible, but also unnatural. The kindest thing you can do in such situations is to step back and let life teach them what words cannot. Sometimes, pain itself becomes the greatest teacher. When a person has suffered enough from their own choices, that's when real transformation begins. You can love them from afar, pray for their healing, and send good energy, but you must understand that growth is a personal decision. When you stop trying to fix others, you start respecting their journey, even if that journey looks messy and painful. Everyone awakens at their own pace. Some people learn through reflection, others through heartbreak, and some only through repeated mistakes. Your job is not to drag them toward healing, but to stay rooted in your own peace and lead by example. Because when you try to heal people who refuse to heal themselves, you don't just lose them, you lose yourself in the process. You start questioning your worth, your love, and your kindness, thinking maybe you didn't do enough. But the truth is, you did all you could. Healing is not a gift you can give, it's a choice they must make. So love deeply, but wisely. Offer your support, but protect your peace. You can inspire someone to heal, but you can never carry their wounds for them. Healing begins the moment a person looks in the mirror and says, "This pain is mine," and so is the power to rise above it. Real compassion isn't about saving everyone. It's about protecting your own light while loving others wisely. Many people confuse compassion with self-sacrifice. They believe that to be a good person means to give endlessly, to help everyone no matter what, and to fix every broken soul they meet. But true compassion isn't about losing yourself in other people's chaos. It's about maintaining the balance between kindness and boundaries, between love and self-respect. Because if you give away all your light trying to save others, soon there will be nothing left of you to shine. Compassion is not about drowning with those who are sinking. It's about extending a hand without losing your footing. When you try to save everyone, you start carrying emotional weights that were never yours to bear. You absorb other people's pain, disappointment, and drama, believing it's your duty to fix them. But in doing so, you often forget one simple truth. Your energy is sacred. Your peace is not a price to pay for someone else's healing. Loving others wisely means knowing when to help and when to step back. It means understanding that not everyone you love will want to be saved, and not everyone you help will be grateful. Some people will drain your kindness, mistake your empathy for weakness, and take advantage of your open heart. That's why protecting your own light is not selfish. It's necessary. Because when your energy is balanced and your soul is strong, your presence alone becomes healing for others. Real compassion comes from awareness, not obligation. It's when you help out of love, not guilt. It's when you listen without losing your peace. It's when you support without trying to control. Alan Watts and many great spiritual teachers have said that love without wisdom becomes attachment, and compassion without boundaries turns into self-destruction. The goal is to love purely but intelligently, to give without burning out. When you love wisely, you realize that you are not here to fix people. You are here to inspire them. You are not meant to carry their pain, only to remind them of their strength. Sometimes the most loving act is not stepping in to rescue, but allowing others to face their challenges so they can grow. Because if you always protect people from their own lessons, they never learn the value of healing themselves. There is beauty in helping, but there is also wisdom in knowing your limits. You can offer light, but you cannot live for someone else. You can show the path, but they must walk it. Real compassion understands this difference. It doesn't chase, it doesn't force, and it doesn't lose itself in trying to be everything for everyone. Instead, it chooses peace over chaos, boundaries over guilt, and understanding over control. Protecting your own light means learning to say no without feeling bad. It means recognizing when your energy is being drained and stepping away before you break. It's about knowing that taking care of yourself is not neglecting others. It's ensuring that you have enough strength to continue spreading love in a healthy way. Because if your light goes out, what help can you offer to the darkness around you? True compassion glows quietly. It doesn't seek attention or approval. It doesn't sacrifice its peace to prove its worth. It simply gives, but with awareness. It loves, but with balance. It understands that love and limits can coexist. And that sometimes the kindest thing you can do for others is to stay centered in your own light, showing them by example what peace, strength, and wisdom truly look like. When you protect your light while loving others wisely, you become a source of calm in a chaotic world. You stop trying to save everyone and start radiating energy that inspires others to save themselves. That is the power of real compassion, not to fix, but to uplift, not to carry others' pain, but to show them the beauty of healing from within.